Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. And I'm the brother Barak, and with me,
I'm the brother Rain.
And yeah, we're the Akim from the Great Millstone Church here in Birmingham. And what else could we do but prophesy, man, and expound on the events that take place upon the planet Earth, because this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. You know, and there's a trend going on Earth, evil and only evil, man. You only get reports of evil titans, man. Matter of fact, you can start off with that in the book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, because they're just like those contractions as you read in the 16th chapter. As it get more and more intense, it's becoming more frequent. And the news is becoming even worse. To you know, even with the train derailments. But that's a trend now. There was a point where you just had to move away from the area and then come back whenever.
It's the book of Ezekiel 7, jumping down to verse 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold is come."
See, and this is the decree of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that evil and only evil is coming. And it says, behold, is come. Why? Because we can go to an article. It's best believe you go to one of your news apps, or you look on your news, your local news. Best believe it's an interview, or a clip, or a segment concerning evils. Whether bank runs, famine, sedition.
And if I may,
yeah, you got
you just mentioned bank runs. Hey, they talking about some Russia and Saudi Arabia and all these Middle Eastern countries is basically finna run away from the U.S. dollar, man. We're just you know, if the petrodollar go down, what's gonna be the next currency then after that? You know,
that's it. Hey, cause that's gonna contribute to the evil, that charagma, man. You know, cause when these people say, you know, these Israelites, they say that the sea hip is not the MOTB, you really saying the famine ain't gonna come. You saying that the sword is not coming, you know, but you got it though.
Continuing on in Ezekiel 7 and verse 5, "Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold is come."
It said evil and only evil. You know, that's why you hear the Dow dropped. That's the thing. Like, you don't hear the Dow just came back and bounced. You know, the thing you hear is the Dow dropped, or as you mentioned, the sedition. You know, you mentioned about the bank runs and all that. Yeah, the famines. It's a constant thing. It's evil on top of evil on top of evil, man. And it's intensifying. Just going back to that famine, with the what you call this shit, the processing plants.
Yep.
There was a point where you just hear about recalls. That was a thing where so many thousands of pounds of beef, so many thousands of pounds of chicken being recalled. But now the report has changed, have grown into the whole factory burned. The whole factory just burned down. This factory burned down. Oh, the third largest in Babylon factory just burned down. Oh, I think it was in Basra, Maine, or something like that. Show you where we at, man. But it said evil and only evil. You got it.
I got some real quick to bag you up.
You got it, bro.
Jeremiah 28, jumping down to verse 8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesy both against many countries."
See, to show you, this has always been the case with the prophets, man. Prophesying against, because how about Shema Shah ain't finna send his men to give you a pat on the back, you know, and tell you that you're doing a good job. No, how about Shema Shah send his men to warn you of these things that take place. So prophesy against, you got it.
Against many countries,
yep,
and against great kingdoms.
And guess what? We're in the height of that. Babylon the Great, with this man and his technology, his military might, he was able to, they said. So how fit that scripture makes sense in this time, man. There is a great kingdom. Babylon the Great is on the scene. You got it.
It says, against great kingdoms of war, and of evil, and of pestilence.
And that's the trend on the earth: war, evil, and pestilence. You can't go watch the news just going into looking at worldly affairs and not come across one of those things: war, evil, and pestilence. You know, matter of fact, read the next verse, huh?
Gun. It says, Salakia. So going back to Deuteronomy,
No.
Salakia, Jeremiah 23:28 in verse 9. It says, Salakia, Jeremiah 28, jumping down to verse 9. It says, the prophet which prophesied the peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known.
See, so that's so you pretty much you gotta hold your breath when somebody coming in a festive spirit, in a everything gonna be okay spirit, because that's not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why it says when it come to pass, then you're gonna know the Lord truly something. So meaning hold your breath, man, because if nigga talking about peace or everything gonna be okay, hold your breath and see how long you can hold it. Because that's not the case, man. The Lord have devised evil upon this city, man. Upon America, Babylon the Great, and really the so-called these other nations as a whole, because violent overthrow this place, all the other heathen is gonna fall as well.
That's it.
You got something?
Got some real quick.
You got it, bro.
Jeremiah 23 verse 16.
You got it.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of the Lord. And just going back what you said, man. You now, then hold your breath, man. And you're going to get to a point you're going to run out of breath, man, because when you continue on that Jeremiah 28, it says that prophet died that same year. So you saying that, and it was a couple years ago, guys talking about that 400-year prophecy, those guys, they withered out and died. You know what I'm saying? It's guys that wanted to get a little peace in Texas. Those guys withered out and died because those are vain things, man. We're actually waiting on the real thing to come, which is what? Yahweh shall break it down this kingdom and bring it up the kingdom of Israel. And it's a process with that. We're actually seeing the process right before our eyes. Like the brother just mentioned it, you get a notification about the bank notes, or you get a notification about a famine or another processing being burnt down. That's you seeing the downfall of this kingdom. But let's continue on in verse 17. It says, Jeremiah 23:17, they say still unto them that despise me, the Lord have said, ye shall have peace. And they say unto everyone that walketh after the imaginations of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you. So you're saying it's going to be fine and dandy, and nothing can possibly go wrong, and basically do us our will, lean to our own understanding. Which that's going to lead until you lean into destruction, man. Lean into that hellfire, and you lean into a famine. Now you're going to lead yourself into nuclear missiles.
Yeah, that's what that doctrine lead them to. They said they make you vain. That's why I said those imaginations. There's them doctrines that's going to lead you to your destination. That's why our doctrine, Lord willing, we endure to the end. We're part of that righteous number. Talks about the gospel of our salvation. He talks about even that perfect man, the way of that, the end of that man is peace. You know, everything outside of this, ultimately you're not going to know peace. You read the 59, I believe, the way of peace they know not. So meaning, you're on a path of evil. You know, you're on a path of destruction. Well, like I said, whether your doctrine leads you to the famine or leads you to the concentration camps, it begins with you being. That's why I said they were created in vain.
Yep. And if I may,
you got
because ultimately they didn't believe in the report that Yahweh Shai sent, man. They didn't believe that America was gonna fall. That's why they continue to put their stock into it, man. Continue to put their whole lifestyle into how America wants you to be, man. You know, whether it be different trends like TikTok dance, whether it be you just now you gotta what tighter jeans in order to fit in now, man. This
Yeah,
is the
man.
thing that Esau wants you to do. Your spirit for hope.
Ah, that's the spirit.
I got some real quick.
Come on, you got it up.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians 4. And I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, we have the same spirit of faith, according as it is written. I believe, therefore I have spoken. We also believe, therefore we speak. And ultimately, we believe in the report. We believe that Yahweh Shemashah is going to bring evils. So we trying to get right before he come, man. We're trying to get on the Lord's good side before all hell breaks loose, man. Because again, you better seek the Lord or while he may be found before it be too late. You know, before the war to turn off and the EMP attack. Now you ain't got no electricity. Now people are trying to get right with the Lord. It's gonna be too late then, man. Yahweh Shemashah, he's a mighty power, man. He's not a power that you can holler him when you want to. But love another Lord, he deal with appointments too, man. Even though when it comes to the elect, you know, you can ask for something for the Lord, he can give it to you right there and now, or he can wait 6 months down the line or 2 years down the line to make it happen, man. But with Jake doing, they're not even seeking the Lord right now, man. You know, I got another one.
You got it.
Real quick.
You do it, bro.
This is the book of Habakkuk. Just going back, we want to be protected from these dangers. We're asking for protection now, man. So when all hell do break loose, we have something to look forward to, man. We're not going to be looking forward to destruction. No, we're going to be looking forward to salvation, man. See? You know, this Habakkuk 2 in verse 3. Oh Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. We heard the doctrine, we heard the prophets of Yahweh Shemashah speak, and it caused fear, man. What the scripture say, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. It says, I have heard.
And that's a attribute.
That's it.
That only really the elect have to hear the words of Yahweh Shemashah and react in such a way, man. God. He talks about how Noah, he was moved with fear, and ultimately that led to his preservation, man. You know, moving with fear of Yahweh Shemashah. You know, that's ultimately going to lead to being preserved. No, what's that in you ain't gotta get it. Joel the 2nd chapter talks about blowing the trumpet in my holy mountain, and the inhabitants are the ones that's going to tremble.
That's it.
You know, and that we're gonna lead, and that's why you read Ezekiel 33rd chapter talks about those that hear the sound of the trumpet shall live in their own soul. But you gotta know out.
God, Habakkuk 3 in verse 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In the wrath, remember mercy.
So yeah, it said in the midst of the years, make known, meaning what these prophecies. And that show that Esau is about to be cut short. It tells you that the years of the wicked shall be shortened or something like that. Well, it's been made known, manifest by the Lord, showing his, you know, those works, which is the prophecies, man. Which is wrath, remember mercy. Because this is how Yahweh Shemashah show himself. That's how he present himself. Make himself known by the way of the judgments.
That's it.
So that wrath, them works is going to be the Lord present his wrath on the planet Earth. You got to know what?
Got some real quick. This is the book of Psalms. Because just going back on the wrath and mercy with this Psalms 89. This Psalms 89 and verse 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. And just going back on what you mentioned, man, because the Lord, he have the power to kill and destroy, but he also have the power to save.
Oh, what's that? Get that in I think that's Ecclesiastes Sirach 16. And I think it's like 12, I think.
This is the book of Sirach 16 and verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction.
See?
He judgeth a man according to his works.
Who would say he is mighty to forgive and pour out these blessings?
Yeah, let me start at verse 11.
Oh, it's kind.
Sirach 16, and I'm going to start at verse 11. Yeah, I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, if there be one stiff-neck among the people, it is marvel if he escape unpunished.
Yeah, and you can go into the records how even the Lord didn't turn an eye when we went off. As you can read up on it, talks about the giants who fell away in their foolishness, which are us, the Israelites, in the time, in the beginning when you read Genesis, even in Egypt. So how about more the so-called white man? He's not going to escape. A nigga's not going to escape. You got it out.
Con. It says, it is marvel if he escape unpunished, for mercy and wrath are with him.
See, mercy and wrath is with Yahweh Hashem Shai, man. And guess what? The Lord is on display now. His mercy and his wrath. His mercy is the Lord giving us this true right, that's their grace, man. The Lord, was they bringing us from the dead by giving us this understanding. But also that wrath is shown upon Esau, because even his understanding is being taken away. When you read concerning Obadiah, yep, and as well as Jeremiah, big nigga, man. Fuck, man. Jeremiah, the
wrath gonna come upon him, man.
Tell you, man.
This nigga sick, man.
Yeah, how about you, man? Man, tell you.
With a flying wind.
Yes, bro. Man. But Jeremiah 49 concerning Edom, and the process of his downfall, his wisdom will be taken away, as well as the famine, these different said parables that's taking place upon the planet. That's the wrath of the Lord. Ultimately, is going to be perfected when that destruction takes place, man. But it said mercy and wrath are with him. You got it.
It says he is mighty to forgive.
See, and this is a mighty work of Yahweh Hashem Shai, man. This is monumental, us being raised from the dead. Ezekiel 37, man. That wasn't just written for nothing. You got it, though.
It says he is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure.
See, and to pour out displeasure. And it show you the wrath of the Lord is going to be overwhelming, man. Because when you pour something, it's not drop by drop. You dump it.
Yeah. It's a violent act.
Yeah, that's it.
Even the noise of
yeah, that's it. All that. But you got it, though. That was just going back what you had said on that. But
I can continue on.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, verse 12, as his mercy is great, so is his correction. He judges a man according to his works. Yep. Just going back, you're gonna get, if you've been wicked, the Lord gonna judge your wickedness. And if you be righteous, the Lord will judge you with your righteousness, man. But let's continue on in verse 13. The sinner should not escape with the spoils. And that's Esau Edom, man. Because Esau, he trying to pull off the biggest heist upon the planet. He actually trying to steal the nation of Israel by putting that thing in you, man. Even on top of that, he already ruled the whole planet Earth. He got all the resources, got all the gold, all the cattle, but he's trying to make you become cattle, man. Yeah. But like the scriptures say, he's not going to get away with it, man. It says, "In the patient of the godly shall not be frustrated." And that's why the scriptures say, your patience possesses your soul, man. Because we're going to have to be patient in these dangerous times, especially in these dangerous times. It's coming up, man. You might not eat for 2 or 3 days or 2 weeks, man. But you still got to have that patience and have that faith that the Lord, he's going to come through for you, man. You got it, though.
And it said we're not going to be, it said the patience of the God should not be frustrated, because our faith, that's our faith, man.
Is it?
Our bread is not going to fail. Because part of our doctrine is for all hell to break loose. That's actually a part of the doctrine. We anticipating that. And this devil just said he's not going to be, he's not going to get away. So matter of fact, you got anything else? See, you can probably end off in that second edge of the 6th chapter, man, in the 7th verse. Because at the end of the day, we are seeing our desires. The end for this man, the restoration of Israel, the kingdom, come back to Israel. Pretty much the time of Solomon. Ultimately, that was our best state.
Yeah. When
Solomon was here, man.
See, prime time.
The prime, that was like the prime, like you got the 99 Rams.
Yeah.
Well, the Israelite was at its height.
Yeah.
When Solomon was ruling. That's why you got the Psalm 72, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but you can get that out.
Come on, this 2 Ezra 6 verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting of the Sunday of times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
See, and we have been asked for this for generations, man. Pretty much the end. And as you can see, matter of fact, continue on.
And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
See, that's who is between, man. These are two main characters. Jacob and Esau. You know? And it shows you that process. It said, as Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So you show you this the process. And Esau have to be just hold up. It's like Esau had to be on the scene for the end of the world. All this had to take place. This devil had, if he was done away with, we'd be already in the kingdom, man. Yeah. You know? So this devil had to be, he had to rule the earth. He had to come on the scene and take over the planet Earth, seize the resources. You know, that serpent had to grow into that 7-headed, 10-horned dragon, man. You got it.
It says, For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
See, it said Esau is the end of the world, and we seeing it, man, by these different events. Just like Scripture talk about how all is made in the world, have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So even when you see someone on their deathbed, and their eyes is yellow and shit, they begin to turn pale. Even when they speak, is raspy and
can't hear it.
Yeah, they frail, coughing up blood. Well, we seeing that on a bigger scale concerning a kingdom, an empire, where this man, his roads are decaying, and he's pretty much decaying on all level, from the minds of the people to the infrastructure.
Even Esau himself,
he's young.
He's not that big broly Edomite in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Now he's a frail devil that got ED, man. Yep. You know.
And that's a part of it.
That's a part of it.
Him languishing to that droop, meaning where he's exhausted now. He's his ran his course.
He's not erected.
Yes. Yep. They're withering. That's what we're seeing, man. You know, so what else could we do but tell you we're at the end of this place, man? The end of the so-called white man's reign of terror, and everything that's in it, from the NBA to the LGBTQ to a fucking BLT, man, and everything in between. We at the end, and these are the signs to show that we at what our Lord told us, as you read St. Matthew 24th chapter, and a plethora of other scriptures to point to this time. So you got anything else out? So yeah, we just hope that we're edifying, like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. We like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We like to say Shalom to the elect that teaching His word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba, soon, very soon.